What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you for taking a part of your day today. I hope everybody had a good day today and did some stuff, watched some football. I did a little bit of everything, helped to do some stuff around the house, watch some football, watch my Chargers win. Sorry if you're a Falcons fan. That was a great thing for us. So, yeah, that was a good day. Let me turn that down over there. So yeah, definitely a good day overall. Getting ready for my cruise this coming Friday. So I was working on a few things for that, getting my stuff ready, my second bag that has my electronics and things like that, getting that ready. And then I'll just do my regular packing. So that's kind of part of the reason why I wanted to do this today is that I wanted to answer any questions that I can. As you guys all know, things are constantly changing. Some more recent changes. We can talk about a little bit of that tonight. So when I go on November 11th, there's going to be things, and my last cruise was October 7th. So even in that 1 month span, some changes have been made. So then again, I got to go experience it and then come back and tell you guys all about it. And that's what I love. Our relationship here is about me trying to share all this information. And I'm learning, right? I'm learning as I go, as things are changing, and then I'm sharing that information with all of you. So I appreciate you giving me the audience to do that. So let's go ahead and let everybody kind of get in here and get settled. As I mentioned, every time YouTube has to send out the notifications, people get the notification, go, oh yeah, that's right, and then join. So I saw some people in here earlier. My friend Mary Ellen Dillon, my best friend Evan, who will be cruising with me again since June. I think was the last time we cruised together. So excited to have him cruising with me. I see April in here. Thank you, April. She has her first cruise December 2nd, and I'll be on that cruise as well. So I'll get to meet her in real life. So I'm excited about that. I see my buddy Dave in here. What's going on, Dave? And Brigia, what's going on? Welcome in. So, and April, hot out the gate with the first question. And what is the best time to arrive at the port? And that's good. I'm glad we're starting with the terminal, because that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Is just I always like try to go in progression, talk about some of the cruise terminal stuff, and then talk about ship stuff and then port stuff, etc. So we'll see how long we go here today. I try to do at least a minimum of an hour. If we're rolling and a lot of questions are going, I'll go a little longer. So we'll start with April's first question, and that's the best time to arrive at the port. Really, that's kind of up to you. I've heard different answers from different people, and I get it. I understand. Some people that are local, they'd rather just come in a little later so they don't have to sit in the terminal for very long. They can get right on the ship, go get something to eat, and go do what they need to do. So they're not as much in a hurry to get to the port. And there's some, even if they're local, honestly, like to get early. I've heard the mindset, and I'm that way, of I want to get my vacation started as early as possible. I'm going to get there. I don't care. I'll sit around and people watch. That's kind of my mindset is hey, you know what? Let me get, and even though I do this every month, I'm just as excited. So when I hit the road, usually, as most of you know, I go to San Diego, visit my parents, and then drive up Sunday morning because I live out in Arizona. So I will, get out there, get in there first thing in the morning. Again, even though I'm doing this monthly, I'm just as excited every time I go. So so April, the answer to your question is whatever you feel is, I think you're coming from Vegas, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. I know you're coming from Vegas. That I know for sure. But I don't remember if you're flying in the night before or driving in the same day. I always advise people to try to get in there the night before if you can. If you can't, it's understandable. Yeah, you know what? Again, and I know you have some younger kids, it's like that. They may not be as patient sitting around, waiting around. But anyway, we haven't checked in yet, right? Yeah, we haven't checked in for that cruise yet. So you'll have the different options and just pick what's best for you. I usually get there, and I'll just kind of end it with this. I usually get there around 10-ish. I always have like a 10 to 10:30 appointment time. I get there around 10-ish, do some filming outside of the terminal, get in. By the time I go through the check-in, sit down and do some filming inside or whatever, by 11 o'clock or so, they're starting the boarding process. So hopefully that helps, April, to answer your question. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions to that. Hey, Lisa Edwards, my first cruise on the Radiance on January 9th. Well, welcome in here, Lisa. Thank you. it's always exciting, right? First time cruisers. To me, I love it. Like people, everybody does YouTube for different things, and I love like I even outside of YouTube or outside of cruising, I always love like when I used to go to Vegas was kind of my like was my radiance. I used to always go to Vegas a lot. Um, and I used to love taking new people there and seeing it through their eyes. And what I get through YouTube, like people get me like go, well, if you're not doing it for the money, you're always saying blah blah blah. I do it because I get to live vicariously through everybody else, and I get to see it through everybody's eyes once again. I know it sounds cheesy and corny, but it's true. So I get to now experience it with you. So Lisa, I can't wait to experience the January 9th cruise with you. January 6th, I'll be on just before you. So any questions as things come up, I'd be happy to answer. As I said, things are always changing, but welcome to your new addiction. It's a lifestyle. Really, it truly is a lifestyle. And you'll see that after you cruise. We're all excited. My hubby and fam know I'm super excited we get to meet you in person. Oh, I love that. I can't wait. I really do. I know we've been talking for so long. I feel like we're lifelong friends. So I am excited about meeting you, April, and your family as well. And what's cool is my best friend, Evan, will also be on that with me. He's like a brother. We've known each other, gosh, almost 30 years. So, yeah, so I'll have my family there with me, him, his wife, some cruise family members. So I look forward to that. Evan says, I'd love to get on the ship as soon as I can. We have a 10 a.m. to 10:30 check-in. Yeah, we always do. Usually when we're cruising together, we both kind of have that same mindset. Let's get this started. Let's get there. And it's a lot of fun. April says, we're staying near the port, so we don't mind people watching. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, I would say get in there. For parking purposes, it also helps. The later it gets, and this is coming to me from my friends that work at the port and stuff like that, it gets busier, right? So depending on when your check-in time is, if you can get there, as close to your check-in time as possible, that would be perfect. Hey, Chuck, welcome in, bud. Appreciate you. Terry Williams, the earlier the better, but I'm local. Got it. Yep, exactly. Yes, I'm coming from Vegas, but we're driving in the day before. We have a hotel near the port. You may have told me before, April. I apologize. Where are you staying at? At the my wife was coming up to the door. I thought she was going to come in. Where are you staying at? I can't remember. I apologize. Maybe you're going to mention it here. I believe check-in for the cruise is November 18th. I think most everybody. Luckily, I just made platinum not long ago, so I get to check in November 16th. So I'm doing great, honey. South of London, headed to Spain. Look at you, Mary Ellen Dillon, living your best life. I love it. Thank you, honey. You're welcome. Adrian Rivera says, do I need to do the online registration for the second leg of my back-to-back? The online registration? You mean the check-in? No. Well, like for the back-to-back, I just went and let them know at guest services that I was a back-to-back guest. Now I don't know if anything's changed. If anybody's, and that was back in March. So if anybody knows if anything's changed with that, feel free to drop in and let Adrian know. But all I did was just let them know when I was on the ship that I was a back-to-back guest, and then they send you they did a little video on it, but again, I don't know if things have changed. They send you a little letter letting you know what to do. Like for us, we had to go sit in the dining room. I think it was a sunrise dining room, and kind of wait for people to get off. They walk you through customs. It's real simple. We waited more than we did anything else, and then walk you through customs and come back. And then you have the ship to yourself for a little bit of time, which is really nice. Hi, Regina. Welcome in. Good to see you in here. You're welcome, Lisa. And Turtle Tat, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Vegas was my go-to as well. Cruising is my new addiction. Yeah, I loved it a lot, especially when I was single. That was the thing. I used to love going to Vegas multiple times a year. And I cruised once when I was single in 1999, and I didn't cruise much after that. And it's not that I didn't like it. It's really weird. I don't know why, but I guess it just was easier to go to Vegas and do that thing. So yeah, it was definitely my go-to. I mean, I still like Vegas, but now with cruising, it just it doesn't have the same appeal. This is a question from my mom. How many suitcases are you allowed to bring? Well, you can. Well, if you're flying in, you have to adhere to the airline rules, right? That's obvious. But for the cruise ship, you can bring as many as you want. They have on the Carnival Help site, they do have some rules of size and weight and things like that. Just keep in mind that people are, even though they don't enforce them, to be quite honest, keep in mind people are hauling these luggage, lugging them around, lifting them, stuff like that. So try to stay within that 50-pound limit. But the number is just how many you want to be able to take out of your car, give to the porters, lug around, that kind of thing. So so I usually bring, I know I'm a chronic overpacker, so but I bring two. I bring one regular size one for my clothes and things like that, and then I bring like a medium, smaller size one for my electronics and things like that I bring a little extra stuff, fans and things like that. So, or not fans, but so hopefully that answers the question. You can bring as many as you want. There's not like on the airlines, two bags or one bag, and there's no charge. Obviously, if you're going to give them to a porter, tip a few bucks per bag, that kind of thing, depending on the size of the bag, etc. Hey Jen, welcome in. Saying hi, honey. Thanks for all you do. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. I truly appreciate it. So thank you for that. Can't wait to meet Honey and the Beach Life family. Well, thank you. I can't wait to meet you as well. We've been interacting between Facebook and YouTube for so long. Like I said, I feel like I've known you forever. Chuck says Vegas and cruising, our loves. Yeah, I think it's funny. Like if many people that I've met on the cruise ship were either used to or still do go to Vegas a lot too. Somebody referred to it as, especially on the Carnival, like the shorter cruises, kind of a Vegas on the sea, which is very true. I never really kind of made that correlation, but once it was said to me, I said, oh yeah, you know what? I could see that. It definitely, it's got that Vegas vibe and all that. So I see that for sure. Maybe that's why I love doing these little 3-dayers, along with my schedule, obviously. Valerie, welcome in. Thank you. Can I use a regular luggage for my carry-on, or does it have to be a backpack? Nope, regular luggage. Try to keep it within like typical airline carry-on size, because they're going to run it through a security scanner, right? X-ray scanner. If it is a little larger, they will take it and open it and check it manually, if you will. But it just delays your boarding process. So for your own sake, it's not that they won't let you on with a larger suitcase, but it just, if you don't mind the delay, then so be it. But yeah, it doesn't have to be, to answer your question, Valerie, it doesn't have to be a backpack. And then can I have more than one carry-on bag? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I don't have it near me, unfortunately. But like I have my backpack. I have like a smaller, like little roller bag, again, with my electronics and stuff. I usually don't like to check that. And then now I bought like a little, where is it? It's like a little, one of those little small coolers, the little cloth ones, if you will. I got my little chargers one, and it holds 12 cans. So instead of lugging the cardboard box, the last time I brought one, it was starting to rip. So I just got the idea of, why don't I just put it in one of these things. So anyway, I have that. So yeah, so to answer your question, yes, you can have more than one carry-on. Sorry, long answer to your short question. Misty Calderon, welcome in. We arrive early at LGB, 8 a.m. Best way to stop somewhere to get soda, wine before we board the ship. Lift to grocery, Target, DoorDash, delivery to port. You can Amazon. There's Amazon lockers there. I haven't used it personally. I've heard that they're usually pretty full because the crew uses them. So that's one option. If you want to like Amazon ship stuff to the Amazon locker, that's an option. You could DoorDash delivery, I guess, to the port, or if maybe lift to a local grocery or Target. Where the terminal is, you kind of have to go a little ways to go find somewhere to get your soda and wine. I'm assuming, okay, you're flying into LGB. So yeah, I would say probably your best bet is to, since you're getting in that early, from the airport, maybe do a trip from the airport to like a store, right? And then from the store, do another Lyft or Uber to the terminal. That would be my best recommendation, honestly. So hopefully that helps. Hotel Maya. Okay, awesome. Oh, you're staying at the Hotel Maya? We're staying at the Hotel Maya. So you're staying there Thursday night? Beautiful. We'll have to see you. We're actually going to come in earlier because normally we leave late from Arizona. And the last time we stayed at the Hotel Maya in March, we didn't really get to enjoy it much. We went to the hot tub, but we were, kind of kicked out. I can't remember what the guy said. I need to order you to leave or something. It was funny. We kind of got to laugh out of it. But anyway, so this time we're actually leaving earlier. I think around 11:30 noon Arizona time. We'll gain an hour going there because we don't change time here. So we'll probably be there, I don't know, so let's say 6 p.m. or so. So yeah, that'd be awesome. Love to meet you the night before. Staying at the hotel. Okay. Hi, Han. Hey, Jeff. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Vegas is crazy too. They're doing a test run for F1. What is F1? Maybe I missed that. I don't watch the news much anymore, especially now during political ad season and all that. So anyway, hi, Vanity Vixen 83090. Welcome in. My question is, my oldest son is 16. I have no contact with his dad, and he's been out of his life since he was 5. So I still need to get a letter in order for my 16-year-old son to travel. So technically, yes, according to the rules that you'll see on the Carnival site. What I've heard from many people is that they've never been asked for it. I'd hate for you to be the one, but if you explain your situation, if you have any way, if you have any other way, and if there's anybody in here that can maybe help provide some additional information on that. But the rules say you need to bring something, but in this particular situation, what can you do? And again, from what I've heard from many other people, they've never had to. And since it's your son, especially if it's, I think with your son, it's not a big deal. I think it's more so when it's a somebody else's child, then you have to have like a notarized letter and all that, I believe. So yeah, let's see if somebody else responds. But I don't think it's so much an issue because he's your son. So because they wouldn't know if you're divorced or you know what I mean, or any what the situation is with the father. So I think you should be all right. But I still get a letter from, yeah, I don't think so. And again, hopefully somebody else can tell for sure. And in April, if we don't get an answer tonight, send me a message on Facebook and I'll talk to my friend at the port and just see, but it's just to confirm for you, because I'd hate to give you bad information, but I think you're all right. But again, if we don't get an answer, either way, actually, if we get an answer, send me a message to remind me and I'll check with my friend that works at the port and she'll tell me for sure. If you're checking in luggage, you need to be there before 2 p.m. or the porters are gone. Yeah, very good advice, Evan. Yeah, because if you're planning on checking with the porters, you try to get in, or even if your time is a little later, definitely try to get in there before that time. Stephanie says if it just says that it's recommended, it's not a requirement to get a letter from your son's father. Thank you, Stephanie. I figured as much. I'd never experienced this. I just want to make sure. Oh no, Vegas on the sea. Well, you'll see, especially the 3-day April. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I know we kind of had a chat about this before. It's definitely a different vibe, different party. It's a more of a party vibe, even more so between the 3-day and the 4-day, right? The 4 days during the week. So it's a little bit more chill. The 3-day is definitely a party cruise. I'm not going to even try to sugarcoat it. So, Turtle Tat says, no letter needed for travel. Birth certificate, photo ID is fine. School ID is fine if you have nothing else. Good deal. Oh, there you go. Turtle Tat, that's you, right? You always throw me off with the name. That is my friend that works at the port. So thank you. I appreciate it. I thought so. When I saw it earlier, I was like, gosh, that name sounds familiar. So thank you. Appreciate it, Ginger. Okay. Valerie Guerrero says, do you suggest dressing up for Motel Night in the all-white party? It depends. Like some people, they like to go all out. I've talked to many people that say, I want to do everything. Our friend that's coming with us in December, Roxy, she's a first-time cruiser. And she's like, honey, I want to do everything. I want to do everything. I want to try it all. So in her case, she's going to try to, I don't think for the Motel Night, unless they're meshing them together, and I'll let you know for sure, because it seems like from videos that I've been watching or pictures that I've seen from previous cruises that they're kind of mashing the two together, the Motel and the White Night. When we were on the cruise, it was during the Halloween time, and they separated it out, and White Night was part of the club. It's really hard to say, so I'll let you know. But I would say, if you want to participate in the all White Night, I say go for it. I bring a white shirt, not really white pants, but at least a white shirt for the White Night. That's pretty much the extent of my participation in that. So I have white shorts, but it's usually in the evening time, and they used to have it out on the Lido deck, and it's a little cooler. So anyway, so yeah, I would say do it. Why not? Right? Have fun with it. Regina says, just know you'll have your carry-on back to your rooms already, usually in the 30. Great point for the person that asked the question about the carry-ons. Yes, you can bring as many as you want, but to Regina's point, thank you for pointing that out, Regina, is that you don't you want to lug all that stuff around with you until your rooms are ready, till 1:30. I didn't even factor that in because, again, one of the nice things about being platinum, diamond, or suite guest is we were allowed to drop our stuff off in the room and leave. So it hasn't been an issue for me. But yes, good point. For if you're not one of those guests, then yes, you'll be lugging around till 1:30. So thank you for that reminder, Regina. Vanity Vixen, I don't have a passport, so bring in birth certificate and ID, but my last name doesn't match as I am married. Do I also have to bring a marriage certificate? I believe so, and I think if she hasn't already answered, Turtle Tat is a port employee. So if she hasn't already answered, hopefully she'll answer that question. I'm trying to remember what it said on the website, on the help site, but Ginger, if you could answer this question if you haven't already for Vanity Vixen, I'd appreciate it. My son has his birth certificate, state real ID, and school ID. Good deal. Christina Lawson says, is the gift shop open when boarding? Christina, first of all, welcome in. And no, it's not. Not until we actually get out onto international waters. The casino and the gift shops will stay closed until we're out into international waters. So if you need something from the gift shop, yeah, you'll have to wait until that time, which is after we sail away. So I wish there was sorry, let me go to the next while I'm getting a drink here. I wish there was a bar at the port terminal. So they used to have a concession stand. They used to have a concession stand, but it's closed and it's been closed. It closed during COVID time. It's never reopened. So yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, no bar there. You could bring some stuff with you. Wait, I can't remember. Are you flying or driving? And have them at outside of the terminal. Like bring some with you, and then you have to pregame at the Hotel Maya or outside. Let's see here. Also for theme nights, is it just a small Lido deck party? Is it an actual theme night? So should I dress up? So I don't think they're small because last time, gosh, it was packed in October. The Halloween party, the 80s night. Actually, I was kind of bummed, honestly, because people are participating, which is good. It's actually, I shouldn't be bummed, but I'm bummed because it's like now I gotta get there earlier. I got so used to not having to rush to all the different events because the ship wasn't as busy. So now that it's busier, so I'll take this moment to tell you, if you're planning on the comedy club, if you're planning on going to the shows, you're planning on the theme parties, any of the deck parties, it doesn't really matter. Plan on arriving early if you want a good spot, because if not, you're going to end up on the outskirts like I did most of the time because I was just like, going, I'll get there when I get there. And I would say dress up. I think the question was asked earlier. Dress up, have a good time with it. You'll see, and if you haven't watched any of my videos, you'll see the 80s night or the white night. There's definitely a lot of people participating, so you won't feel like, oh, am I the only one participating? No, especially the 80s night. Definitely well attended and a lot of people. And to answer your question, it's a large Lido deck party, and what I've noticed recently is they're starting to bring some of the atrium parties back inside into the atrium. I think the Motown White Night, like what I saw, as I mentioned earlier, was brought into the atrium where it used to be before. So I feel like maybe as the weather, and the 80s party used to be inside too. So maybe as the weather gets cooler, they'll start bringing it inside. I'm not really sure. And as I find out, as the changes are being made, I'll definitely share them with you guys. So, but it's a large party, to answer your question. You'll be fine. Okay, cool. April will be fine. Yes, I'm staying on December 1 at the Hotel Maya. Cool. All right, then most likely we'll be, as soon as we get there, we're going to, kind of hang out, do whatever, and then at some point end up at the hot tub. So if you go to the hot tub or pool, we'll see you there. So Evan's telling Vanity Vixen, it's definitely a good idea to bring the marriage certificate just to be safe. It's better to have it and not need it. Yeah, and Evan and I were having that conversation about the vaccine cards. My guess is, and I'm sure Ginger will tell us, but my guess is you probably don't need to bring it, obviously, with the recent changes, but we're going to bring ours just in case. But most likely you won't need that either. When I walk on, if I bought Cheers but don't have a sale sign card, can I get a drink? Right? Yeah, you can. Your boarding pass will be used to identify you and what room and all that, and if you have a Cheers package, etc. So yes, you'll be able to use it right away by using your boarding pass. Stephanie says, I'm bringing my marriage certificate as well, just to be safe. Perfect. Yep. Good idea. Yes, Vixen, use your boarding pass. It has a barcode that will scan. All right. Formula One. Oh, Formula One race. F1. Got it. Thank you. Okay, thank you, honey. Yes, bring marriage certificate. Okay, good deal. Thank you. I'm so glad Ginger's in here. Definitely helps a lot, especially with a lot of the cruise terminal port stuff. So Stephanie says, when do we have to leave the boat on Friday? Can we hang out until 1 or 2, enjoy the boat, or do they hurry us out like a hotel? Oh, you're getting off the ship on Friday? No, you're not able to hang out that long. They'll want you off. They'll want you getting off the ship as soon as possible. I think everybody's off by 10 or between 10 and 11 would be my guess. I'm usually off early in the morning because I got a long drive back to Arizona. But no, they won't let you hang out. You're able to go and get some breakfast and stuff in the morning, but they'll start the boarding process, and at some point, yeah, they'll start. They'll start checking to see who's on the ship. So, yeah, no. To answer your question, no, you won't be able to hang out that long for sure. You're welcome. Hi, honey. It's Ginger. She's okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I figured. Thank you for being here again. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you, Ginger. That's my shirt. Packing all things this week. Perfect. 38 watching, please. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, thumbs up. Let's YouTube know that you guys are enjoying this. I appreciate that. So help the channel out for sure. What do I tell them when I check in? She's asking Ginger. Ginger saying you should be fine. We don't usually ask for a letter. If you have a birth certificate, you'll be okay. They ask, just let them know you're a single parent, have no contact with the father. Perfect. So for anybody else that may be in that situation, anybody watching on a replay in that same situation, there's your answer. VB Lewis says, if you don't have a passport, can you get off at the ports? Yeah, you can get off. You'll just need an ID to come back. But let me just, with this disclaimer, if you end up anything happening, and God forbid, we don't expect or anticipate anything happening. But if you have to fly back, it just makes things more challenging because you will need a passport to fly back, right? So I would just say, if you can get one, if you can obtain one, definitely get one. But you can get off the port and back on the ship with just your regular ID. Is the arcade 24/7? It's a good question. I can double check. If anybody knows for sure, let me know. But I could double check and see. I'll have to look at the. I'll have to check and see. I have the open and close times. I don't remember if it is or not. So if somebody knows, let April know. If you don't, April, if you don't get an answer, remind me and I'll double check. I have again the open close times. Bar the terminal, me too. While you're working, Ginger. Okay, sorry. Claudine, hello, welcome in. Hi, honey. I have 2 children sailing. One is 14, the other is 15. Are they able to go to the same teen clubs? I'm trying to remember what the cutoff point is for the teens. Good question. My kids haven't sailed since the shutdown, so I don't know. And but they're 4 years apart. They're not that close in age. I'm trying to remember. So I'll have to look into that. Claudine, if somebody else in here doesn't have that answer, if we're not connected via Facebook or Instagram, whatever you may use, get connected with me. If we don't get an answer for you tonight, reach out to me, as I said in the description. If I don't have the answer, I'm not going to have the answer to everything. I think I've made that perfectly clear to everybody. I'll definitely try to answer what I can. What I don't know, we go to the community, right? Ask the community for help. And if we don't get that, I'll do my best to research and get the answer for you. So Claudine, excuse me. If you don't get an answer, I'm still kind of behind in the chat here. Reach out to me through social media, and I'll get that answer for you. So I don't want to leave you hanging for sure. Traveling with my kids, husband, you don't need a passport. You have to have proof of citizenship to board the ship, passport, or birth certificate. We don't ask for vaccine cards anymore, but it doesn't hurt to bring it. Okay, good deal. Thank you. Hey, John, welcome in, bud. John and Nancy. OC Rocker Babe. Hi, honey. Glad I caught you live. Well, thank you. Appreciate you being in here, OC Rocker Babe. When's your next cruise there, OC Rocker Babe? Dave saying hello. Just a note, do your muster drill pretty quickly. They'll only let you buy 2 drinks before you check in at your muster station. Good point, Mary Ellen Dillon. Thank you for bringing that up. So, yeah, make sure that, and for those of you that don't know the muster drill, it's the safety drill. Everybody has to do it before the ship leaves. So, yeah, if you can, go and get that done as soon as possible. If you want to know what it's like, I have it in my embarkation day videos, what the muster drill consists of. And if you need to see where your muster station is. It's going to be on your card. And let me just take this moment real quick here. If you're not part of the Carnival Radiance and Long Beach Cruisers Facebook group, come join us over there. I share all this information. So everything we're talking about tonight, a lot of this stuff is there. I've created a bunch of different help documents, a first-time cruisers document, a Long Beach Cruises terminal, like cheat sheet, what else? A packing list, all kinds of different stuff. All kinds of great helpful documents are in there, plus a bunch of different experienced cruisers. I'm not the last, the only person that knows anything, right? So I've brought in a bunch of different people that help, that are moderators that have a broad experience and stuff like that. So if you're not part, again, if you're watching this on the replay as well, Carnival Radiance and Long Beach Cruisers is the name of the Facebook group. Come join us. All right. So Gene Holiday, how do you recommend carrying my boarding pass while on the cruise? It's in my pocket, good option, or should I bring a lanyard? Well, you don't. Once you get your sail and sign card, your boarding pass, you won't need. You'll need your boarding pass as you're going through check-in. You'll need it initially until you get your sail and sign card to pay for drinks, that kind of thing. Once you have your sail and sign card, then you won't need your boarding pass. But your sail and sign card, you can keep in your pocket. If that's what you're asking. I know you said boarding pass, but your sail and sign card, the smaller card, you can carry that with you in your pocket. I carry it, like I usually have my wallet with me or whatever. I'll carry it in there. I used to carry it on my lanyard, but I don't know. I stopped carrying or wearing a lanyard. But yes, you can do one or the other to answer your question. And welcome in, Gene. Arcade is not 24/7. Okay, thank you, Regina. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Not sure of the arcade hours. Food or coffee stand would be a great start. Yeah, I know, right? I wish they would reopen that concession stand, to be honest with you. But teen clubs start at 13. Yeah, what's the cutoff, though? I'm trying to remember. Is it 16 or 17 before you go to the next level? I think there's is it 15 to 17, the last one? Because I know that's it for the minors. I just can't remember if it's like 12 to 14 and then 15 to 17. I think is what it is. So arcade is 24 hours on the celebration. Okay, cool. Are there a lot of Filipino crew members? I was planning on bringing some packages, Filipino snacks, but I wasn't sure if we can hand out food snacks. You absolutely can. They love it. And there are a lot of Filipino crew members. Filipino, Indonesia, and India are very well represented on the ship in different areas, but a lot of your room stewards are going to be Filipino. So absolutely, they would absolutely love snacks. So, and they will accept them for sure. Claudine says, I'm in the group on Facebook. Thanks for the help. Okay, awesome. Again, if you don't get to your answer, let me know. I'm on board right now. Just checked Hub app for arcade. Okay, cool. Thanks. This is okay. Oh, hey. I was trying to say, I was like, the picture looked familiar. Next cruise is June 2nd through 5th. Oh, that's such a long time. It was good meeting you for sure. Man, I didn't know about the 2 drinks before Muster. Thanks for the info. Yeah, I think they just recently started doing that too. Sorry I'm late fixing that. No worries, Charles. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. What Wi-Fi package do I need if I have to call Skype someone while on board? You could do the Facebook Messenger. I don't know about Skype on the social plan, but any of your calls and things like that are going to be through the Wi-Fi. So through like, why am I drawing a blank? The WhatsApp, or Facebook Messenger or that kind of thing. So I don't know if I've tried. I've never tried Skype calling through it, but yeah. I would say anything that you would normally do through Wi-Fi calling, like I said, like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger will work. Awesome. Thanks. You're welcome. 12-14. Brian Kim says 12-14, 15. Oh, thank you for the ages. Okay. 12 to 14 and 15 to 17. So that's the answer for the person that was asking about the teenagers. So there's your cutoffs. Thank you, Brian Kim. Appreciate it. Cutoff is 17, 18 years old. Go to the adult club. Yep. Gotcha. Don with the double N's. Is there somewhere you can check out games on the ship? I've seen tables on Lido that look like they're set up for chess or dominoes or something. They used to have a game like games in the library, but they don't have a library on Radiance anymore. I think that went away when they did the upgrade, when it went from the Victory to the Radiance. Up on the top deck now, having said that, up on the top deck by the in the sports square area where they have the basketball court and the ropes course and all that, you'll see, and I think I have in one of my videos, you'll see like a very large like checkerboard. I don't know if they have chess pieces. I never checked, but I've seen the checkerboard there. So if anybody's used it, please let us know if they have both chess and checkers pieces. But they do have that, but not a like a sit down and play. Now you can bring your own chess or dominoes, just like that. But yeah, they don't have any set up specifically for that I know of. I believe that was gone when they got rid of the library. WhatsApp. Yeah, thank you. I know I was drawing a blank. Thank you. We're doing the 3-day at the end of January. Hey, Wendy Hughes, welcome in. We're doing the 3-day at the end of January. I'm not sure if you mentioned it. How early can we board? We're local, but it's my husband's first cruise. So I've been checking in 2 days earlier, and at that point, the 10 to 10:30 is available. Nothing earlier than that. So depending on if you're platinum diamond, or I know you said your husband's first cruise. I'm not sure where you're at cruising wise. So the earliest I've seen, if you're platinum diamond or suite guest, is 10 to 10:30. I haven't seen anything earlier than that. Hello, Cougar. Welcome in. It's me, Mercury. Oh, hey, Mercury. Welcome in. Under a new name, huh? Welcome in, Mercury. What time do the pools open and close? I'm trying to remember. They're open when you get on the ship. I can tell you that much. The pools and the hot tubs are open. I want to say the hot tubs close and maybe the pool run around 10 or 11. Again, I don't have the times memorized. I do have the open and close times. I have took screenshots of them. So again, unless somebody knows specifically, again, I can get you that answer if nobody else knows the answer. But I want to say, and it's weird because I remember the one up in the Serenity deck, the hot tub closes earlier, but I want to say that the pool closes around 10 or 11. But if we don't get an answer, double check with me. You still need the COVID vaccine, Olivia said. No. Welcome in, and no, you do not. Well, I should say for these 3-day, 4-day cruises, I think anything under 16 days, you definitely don't need it. So I haven't been on a cruise since 1995. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, whatever's available when you check in 2 weeks before your cruise. Like I said, the earliest I've seen, and I get to check in a little early, is 10 to 10:30. What are the table minimums in the casino blackjack? I think, Misty, I don't play the tables that much anymore, especially on the cruise ship. I usually play the slots because you definitely get better points to get better offers and things like that. So I usually, the time I spend on the slot machines when I am in the casino. But I've seen $5 tables. I don't know that they've raised them, but there's been changes, right? So I don't know if they're going to start raising the table limits or the minimums. But usually I think it's around $5. Charles, I don't know if you're still in here. I think Charles put, oh, there he is, $10 on the tables. Okay. So before, I guess they may have been $5, but it looks like I'm looking down below there, and Charles is saying $10. I knew he would know. What are the hours for the Serenity deck jacuzzi bar? Yeah, I should have had the hours. I didn't realize I'm going to get a lot of hours questions. I want to say it closes at 10. I know it closes earlier than the other places. So yeah, I want to say it's 9 or 10, something like that. Honey Lee has a Domino's event in one of the dining rooms at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow here. So they could ask to the CD. A Domino's event? Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I think they're doing things. Again, Maryland, I appreciate that, but Celebration is completely different. They're going to have different events, and I don't want to confuse and say something that's happening on another ship that they may not be happening on the Radiance. So I appreciate. I know you're on the Celebration, but I don't want to confuse that. I don't think they may not hold Domino's events and things like that. So again, yeah, let's just keep the two separated. This is really specific to the Radiance. April says, "Are we able to walk around the ship after hours, or is there a curfew?" No, you're fine. You can walk around. I see people walking around real late or getting up early. Especially I've seen a lot of YouTubers will get up early to do ship tours and things like that. So no curfew for adults. They did enact a curfew for juveniles, but not for adults. I think they close around 9, if I remember correctly. Is that for the Serenity deck? I'm almost positive. Yeah, I remember it was earlier. I think it was 9 for the Serenity deck, and then the other hot tubs were like an hour later, like 10 o'clock or something like that. So yeah. You can walk around 24/7. No vaccines needed to cruise. Hey Janice, welcome in. Hi honey, love these lives. Always learn something new. I learn something new all the time. And then when people ask me these questions, some of them, like I said, it's hard to. I mean, listen, to memorize like open and close times and things like that. I do have the information. I just don't have it memorized. So again, if our community can't answer it, I just ask anybody. If you're connected with me through the Facebook group, that's probably the best place. Ask there, and I'll be able to get that answer. I just don't want to stop the live show and go like try to dig up the files and stuff. I'm sure you all understand that. So $10 on the tables. They went 10 minimum. Okay, did they do that recently? I'm just curious because I remember they were 5 at one point. But again, I don't play on the tables often, so. But I'm glad. I knew at minimum you would know for sure. So I'm a first timer. Which area would you recommend I check out first? Is the Lido deck where the pool is at? Yes, the pool. There's 2 of them. There's one on the main Lido deck area where the Guy's Burger and the Blue Iguana is, and then there's the one in the back and aft pool. That's where Shaq's Big Chicken and the pizza place is. So yeah, I think a lot of people love to hang out in the Lido deck area. As a first timer, definitely. Let me say this: as a first timer, what I would recommend is actually walking around all over the ship. Download, if you haven't already, download the Carnival Hub app. When you get on the ship, get connected to the ship Wi-Fi, and it's free. You don't have to pay for the. You can pay for the internet if you want all the other stuff, but just to access the regular Hub app stuff, it's free. So. And go to the area where it shows you like the deck plans and go explore the ship. So that way, like if you know you're going to go to the Liquid Lounge or the Limelight Lounge or whatever, you want to go to all these different places for the comedy show or the main show, so you'll know where they are. So I usually tell people as a first timer, take that opportunity to go and explore the ship, get something to eat, get something to drink, and then go walk around, use your maps to find out what areas are that you're going to go to. Hello, Esperanza. Hello, and happy cruising, everyone. Hello to you. The Lido deck is the main pool, all ages. Can you use your onboard credits for beauty products at the spa? Yep, you sure can. Your onboard credits can be used in the casino. You can use them to buy specialty dining and the gift shops. So absolutely. The pools. April curfew is for the minors, 24 hours for everybody else. The pool closes around 9. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. I thought it was a little late because I remember like being out there at the deck parties, and there's people in the pool, so that's why I was thinking that the pool might be open a little later. But yeah, I'll double check, and what I'll do is I'll probably post in the Facebook group. I have screenshots of the hours, so I think I'll just start posting them in the Facebook group, and then every time I go back on the ship, I'll get screenshots of that and update it because obviously this is a question a lot of people are asking, so it's good to have that. They just changed that curfew for the miners. I want to say midnight. If somebody knows, let me know for sure. Yeah, I want to say midnight. Maybe a little later. It might be a little bit later. What time are the bars open? The bars, depending on where you're going and which bars, they have different times. Yeah, a lot of these open and close times. So I'll tell you what. After this live show, I'm gonna go and find the open and close hours, and I'm gonna post them in the Radiance, the Carnival Radiance and Long Beach Cruisers Facebook group, because a lot of these questions are, and again, it changes all the time. So again, that's why it's important for me to post it, because it may have been open or closed different times for different people. So even if you get an answer from me or somebody else, it may have changed. So I'll give you what I got from October, and then when I go next week, I'll take screenshots of what it was for that cruise. So you'll always have the most recent open and close times, at least as close as possible. So, so yeah, I'll just do that. So if you guys can save the what time or things are open and closed questions, and then go over to the Facebook group within a short time after this live show, I'll post it. I'll post those in there. I think that'll be more helpful. Actually, in April, right now, if anybody wants to go look, I have the daily activity sheets posted in there, and on the back page of the daily activity sheets, it'll show the food and bars open and close times. So you'll be able to find that in the Facebook group. It's pinned in the featured section. It was back in August. Okay. Hey y'all, Gary Williams here in SoCal. What's going on, Gary? Welcome in. I think the curfew for minors is also 9. No. I know it's not that early. No, it's definitely not 9 o'clock. No. I'm saying midnight, but I almost feel like it's a little bit later because I was thinking, wow, that's still kind of late for a curfew. I want to say it was like maybe 1 o'clock actually. It's either midnight or 1 a.m. So I'll have to double check that. I didn't get to enjoy the casino on my last cruise. I was there with over 20 people for a wedding. Do we just use our sale card or cash? That's right. You were there with a little group of people. So, but it was nice chatting with you a few times there on that last cruise. You can use either one. You can use your sale and sign card and then bill to your room, which, if it's connected to your credit card, it'll bill that, or you can use cash in the machines. Curfew, I believe. Okay, yeah, I thought so. I don't know why my head was thinking midnight, but I think you're right. I think it is 1 a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m. Okay, I thought so too. I was thinking midnight, but I was thinking no. I felt like it was a little bit later than that. I thought it was around 9 o'clock because that's around the time where all the kids start leaving the pools. Yeah, no, they may be getting out for other reasons, but definitely it's 1 a.m. Yep. Now that's been mentioned. We're spoiled here in Vegas with places being open 24/7. Yeah, that's where it does differ from Las Vegas. Is that it's not truly open 24/7, especially with the more recent changes with the pizza place closing earlier at 3 a.m. I think, whatever it is, and then the ice cream now not available. So not a whole lot going on. The bars start closing. They're not open 24/7. So yeah, it does kind of. It doesn't have that same vibe in the sense of not being open 24/7. Agree, 1 a.m. Okay, thank you. That slots, use your card. 1 a.m. curfew, thank you. Guests 17 years of age and under who are not accompanied by an adult in the trial party, 21 years of age must be clear of all public areas by 1 a.m. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate that. Okay, cool. Is there still a happy hour at the Red Frog? No, Dawn, I know, that's a bummer. That stopped a few months back. And yeah, it's unfortunate. It was without warning, and I know that I know Carnival's thing is like, well, a lot of businesses make changes without telling people, and I get that, I understand that, but again, I just felt like it was, it'd been nice to know, right? Anyway, so to answer your question, no more happy hour at the river. Not, at least not on the embarkation day. I have not yet confirmed, and I haven't been told by anybody if they still have it on sea days. On port days. But for embarkation day, definitely no happy hour. Depends on the bar. Some are day bar hours, others are evening. Yep. April, what's the best alcoholic drink at the Alchemy bar? I guess it depends on what you like. If you like cucumbers, I like the cucumber sunrise myself. The spicy chipotle pineapple martini is really good. Lots of really good drinks there, but those are two of my favorites. Drop your favorites, guys. Drop what you like at the Alchemy bar. I've heard there's no longer a happy hour. Yeah, I can tell you for sure the embarkation day one is gone. I just don't know for sure on port day if they still have it. Curfew front of company miners is 1 a.m. Thank you, Regina. What time does guys close? Again, I have all the times pinned in the Facebook group. If you look at the daily activity sheets on the back page for each day, so like for the 3-day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you look at the back page, there's going to be a front and a back. I scanned both. On the back page, it's going to show you what time each place, the bars and the food open and close each day. Let's see here. I'm going to change that because I've changed the Facebook group. I don't drink anything there, but my friends are like the cucumber drink. Yeah, cucumber sunrise is one of the more popular drinks at the Alchemy bar. The most important question is, which is the best alcohol drink at the Alchemy bar? Yeah, again, cucumber sunrise, and in the Alchemy bar, it is endless. Depends on your choice of alcohol, tequila, rum, etc. Exactly. It truly depends on what you enjoy. I love cucumber, so to me, the cucumber sunrise, it's nice and refreshing, especially when it's warm and stuff like that. Definitely a really good drink. Okay, so we are I'm going to probably wrap it up since the questions have kind of slowed down here. I've caught up, so I'll probably wrap up in about 12 minutes. So if you have any more questions, go ahead and ask. So let me just kind of recap some of the things. The main thing, again, for those that are watching on the replay, if you're not part of the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. Carnival Radiance and Long Beach Cruisers. I cruise the Radiance pretty much monthly. I took July off. I cruised January through June, sorry. And then took July off, cruised on August. In September, I went to the Horizon because I had a group cruise already planned on that one. And now I'll be monthly all the way through February. I haven't booked anything past February not for anything else, just because I haven't had any good deals come through from Carnival. And now that what I'm hearing is, and before I used to just book it and then change it when I got the deals. But what I've heard from people is that now, and I haven't confirmed this, so please don't hold me to it. But what I'm hearing is they've gone back to charging change fees and things like that. And I don't know all the particulars. My personal vacation planner just came back from maternity leave, so I haven't had a chance to talk to her about it. But I've heard that they're now charging those fees that they weren't before. So I just don't want to go through all that rigmarole. I'd rather just book it later. So anyway, and what I wanted to say was, so as I cruise each month, and I see some stuff coming in, so I'll get to that. But what I wanted to say is, as I cruise each month, as things are changing, as I'm learning new things, as I'm being asked questions, as I'm being, interacting with people, I try to make notes. I do tell people sometimes if it's not, just to remind me if there's something specific they want me to, just send me a message through Facebook Messenger on the day of my sailing. And then what I do is I'll just let it sit in unread. So if I don't answer you, I'm not purposely leaving you on unread. It's because I want to remember to go back once I'm on the ship, so then I can go and ask those questions. So my next cruise is November 11th. If there's something that you need me to ask, just be cognizant that it is a vacation for me and I'm going to go enjoy myself. So I'll do my best to get questions answered. But if I don't answer your questions, there's certain times I can't get all the questions answered. I used to before say, hey, leave me a message and all that, but it got overwhelming. There was so many questions and I couldn't get them all answered. But if it's super important, I'll definitely do my best. I know there's a couple of things that people have asked, and I do have, I've told them to please remind me on November 11th, send me a message on Facebook Messenger. But I say that also saying, please, regular questions, ask in the Facebook group, because there's a bunch of other people that can answer those questions. I have a full-time job. I don't have the time to answer a bunch of questions. If it's something that's personal that you don't want to ask, that's okay. I get it. But if it's just a general question, for two reasons: one, I just don't have the time to keep up with all the questions, and two, you're going to get different perspectives, not just mine. And that way, when that question gets answered by in that group, other people will also see those answers. So anyway, with that said, let me get to these messages in here. I don't drink anything about my friends. Sorry. Let's see. What deck does everyone prefer while cruising? I prefer deck 2 around the middle because there isn't much movement. Yeah, luckily I'm not one of those people that has an issue with motion sickness. I stayed on deck 2, deck 8, deck 7 recently, I think. But anyway, so I'm curious what other people think. But for me, it's wherever I can get a good deal. I don't really care if it's interior or balcony or whatever. It's whatever good deal, because I don't spend a lot of time. Those that know me or have cruised with me, I don't spend a lot of time. I'm usually all around the ship. So I go to the room to go change or do whatever, and then shower or whatever, and then or sleep and pass out at the end of the night. Are there microwaves anywhere we can use late at night? No microwaves. No, sorry. Okay, dinner time here. Have a great night. Hey, have a good night, Chuck. Enjoy your dinner. Has anyone stayed on deck 2, Ocean View? I'll be staying on deck 2 in the middle. Hopefully it's not rocky. I've never been on a ship. I think the room I stayed in that was an Ocean View was in the middle on deck 2, April, the cabin. I'd have to double check, but I think I did recently. Was it in June, Evan? I think it was the one when the last one Evan and I did. I think we were in 2275 or something like that. And I didn't feel any issue. Didn't have any issues. I stayed on deck 2, Ocean View. It's nice, good view. Not much movement. Okay. Deck 2, Regina says deck 2 middle has minimal rocking at times, nothing too bothersome. Okay, good deal. You're getting off as I'm getting on again. I know, right? We keep passing each other virtually. Valerie, thank you, Ani. I really appreciate you doing this. Oh, my pleasure. I don't do it regularly, but because there's not always things to talk about. But I try to again. That's why I converted. Those of you who don't know, my Facebook group was for my YouTube channel, but I've told people over and over, the YouTube channel is just a way for me to communicate all this information. So I wanted the Facebook group to be an extension of that, and not like a lot of people wouldn't join it because they're thinking that I'm just there to promote my channel, which I know, right? It has my name here. But again, the whole thing is it's more about getting that information. So I said, okay, fine, I'll change the name to Carnival Radiance and Long Beach Cruisers. So that way people will come and join looking for that information. Because again, it's all about sharing that information, not so much. And again, a lot of people are like, well, we don't like to watch videos. Okay, what did I do? I created documents for those that don't want to watch videos. So if it was all about my YouTube channel or you watching my videos, like some people like to say, oh, all you want is clicks on your, don't watch them. I don't care. Listen, I'm making them for those that want to watch them. If you don't want to watch videos, or if you think I'm just doing it for ad revenue, don't watch them. If that's really what you think, and I'm going to be honest with anybody watching this on a replay or anything like that, do not watch my videos if you think that's what I'm doing. Honestly, that's not who I am. Then I don't want you to follow me. Honestly, I want you to follow me because you appreciate what I'm doing. So if you do, again, I've created the documents, I've created the videos, whatever you choose to do, you choose to do. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything, including watching my videos. Thank you. You rock as well. I appreciate it. Oh, Rich and Bo, you asked the question. I kept it up here because I wanted to make sure to remember. I'm going to just answer this question real quick. So the question was, which is your favorite Carnival ship, Radiance, Miracle, or Panorama, cruising out of Long Beach, and why? Also, what ports do you enjoy the most and why? So I've only been on the Radiance and the Panorama. I'll be honest with you, as much as I cruise the Radiance out of convenience. It's the schedule, that Friday and Monday that works with my work schedule. If I had a choice, the Panorama would be my choice. So I tell people, if you have 7 days to spare, do the Panorama over the Radiance. That's just my personal preference or personal opinion. And then same thing with the ports. Ensenada and Catalina are nice, don't get me wrong. But I would much rather do the Mexican Riviera, go to Cabo, Puerto Vallarta, and Mazatlan. So to answer your question, if you have the time and you're able to do the 7 day, I would highly recommend the Panorama. If you don't, and you can either do the 3 day or the 4 day, I would say on the Radiance, do the 4 day, because then you get to Catalina. I love Catalina Island. It's a nice, cool place to go to. So I would say do that. And last but not least, the 3 day. I've never been on the Miracle, so if anybody's been on the Miracle and would like to give their feedback on the Miracle, but again, that's my thoughts in regards to that. So I wanted to answer that. Thank you for being here, and you rock. Thank you so much. You're very much appreciated. Thank you. I appreciate you. Rocking ship doesn't bother me. I prefer higher up, deck 8 and above. Okay, good deal. You have a blast that has many activities. I agree. Speranza says, I like midship because I'm in the middle of everything. Otherwise, any deck, but keep in mind it is the Pacific Ocean. Very true. My friends that stayed on deck 2 said it was noisy. They said it sounds like anchor dragging. Yeah, you'll definitely hear that wherever. I think it's on the front of the ship. Gosh, I don't know. I get turned around sometimes, but but yeah, I've heard that. So you'll definitely hear when you're in port when they're dropping the anchor for sure. What is your favorite port that you've visited and why? Of the ones on the West Coast, wow, that's a tough one. I love Cabo. I don't know what it is, just something about it. I like Puerto Vallarta. I like Mazatlan for different reasons. They all have their own different vibe. I just like the vibe at Cabo. I feel like it's just a cool place. Like if you just want to get off the ship and just hang out in the port area, it's just one of those places that you can easily do that. Not in Puerto Vallarta, not in Mazatlan. Cabo, you can definitely do that. I would say on the West Coast, of the ones I visited, which is again the Mexican Riviera, Catalina, and Ensenada, I like Cabo. Cabo is one of my favorites. But I like them all. No port is. I like interacting. Somebody had said this to me, and I appreciate the comment. I can't remember where it was, but they said one thing that they truly enjoyed is seeing my interaction with the locals. And listen, and I've said this a million times. Everybody travels for different reasons. I travel to just enjoy life, see different things. I even though I was born in another country, I grew up in the States, but I have a healthy respect for other cultures because I grew up in the Middle Eastern culture. So I love my culture, right? I consider myself American. I embrace American culture, but I also love my Middle Eastern culture. But I also love other people's culture. So when I go to their countries, I embrace their cultures. And not just me. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to tell you how you should vacation and what, I've heard some people, badmouth Ensenada, and that's fine. That's your opinion. But listen, if you truly gave it a chance, those of you that have been following me a while, they see my interactions with Victor or my interactions with, Tony, Big Tony, the tour guide, or, all these different people. Now, recently, Yaharia, the shop lady. And it's cool because you get to know them. Like Yahaira is part of a, I don't know, like I want to say, for lack of a better word, like a Better Business Bureau type of group for the Ensenada shop area, all the shop owners there. It's like that. So it's just good. It's good to build those relationships. My interaction with Ginger, and not at the port, but I mean, at a, not international, but I'm just saying, just building those relationships. And I don't know. That's just me personally. I'm in 23XX Middle Ocean View. I think you should be all right. But I tell people all the time, bring the motion sickness medicine, because everybody's going to be a little bit different. So, bring that motion sickness medication just in case. I'm a visual person. Keep making the video. I'm going to keep making them. Thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. But I'm going to keep making. I don't care. Listen, I'm not making this. I'm not making the videos for those of them. There's a lot of people out there that like, I know everything. I'm platinum. I'm diamond. I'm this and that. Great. I'm not making the videos for you. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm not making the videos for you. I'm not. I'm making them for the people that appreciate them, that want. And again, there's a lot of people that are platinum, diamond, including myself. I'm platinum, that are learning all the time. So if you just think that you know everything, and that's not good, don't follow my channel. Don't come to my Facebook group. This is not for you. I'm not the person for you. Again, just keeping it real. So, OC Rocker Baby is quite noisy due to being on the lower decks where the engine is. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your feedback. You're very welcome. Miracle is okay. Waiting to sail again after the dry dock. I see the changes. I like the Radiance better. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious what the changes are going to be like when it comes out of dry dock, the Miracle. 5-day Miracle also goes to Cabo and Ensenada. Absolutely. And I'd like to get on it. I really, hey, John Nguyen, what's going on? Welcome in. I would like to get, they have a Thursday to Sunday cruise on the Miracle. At some point, I'll probably try to jump on that next year if I can find a good deal or something like that. But right now, I'm enjoying doing these little Radiance cruises. I've never been on the Miracle, but I did do the Pride, which was their sister ship, and it was great. Very roomy feeling compared to the Radiance. I'm definitely looking forward to the Miracle. So I've heard, and even though it's a smaller ship, I think why people feel it's a little more roomy, because it's when they redid the Radiance, they made it a little bit choppy. So that's the feedback I've heard. I haven't been on the Miracle, so I can't say for sure. But it's definitely a bigger ship than the Miracle. So that I think the reason why the Miracle feels bigger is just the way it's laid out with the open. I think it's one of those ships where you can go from one end to another without having to go to deck 5 like you do on the Radiance to go forward and aft and all that. So. Bailey and Gary Adventures. Lower middle is the least amount of rocking. Just think of a teeter-totter at a park. The middle doesn't move while the ends where you go sit up and down, which makes perfect sense. Thank you, Gary. April, you'll enjoy. What's important is getting on board. Yeah, Dwayne, you're right. That's it. Get on board, and all of it will be great. John says, we appreciate you sharing your experiences. Thank you. I appreciate that for sure. Going to the Miracle in April. TB, hey, honey, I'm late. I have to get my notifications together. No worries. Appreciate you being in here. If you have any questions, I said I was going to drop off at 7, but 7 my time now. We're ahead an hour. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll hang out for a little bit longer if you have any questions. If not, then of course there's always the Facebook group. See you on 11/18/22 on Radiance in Mexico. Not me, maybe somebody else. I will be on the week before you, 11/11. 11/18 is my birthday. LOL. Does Carnival have any cruises that go north to San Francisco or Canada and back? I haven't seen any. They don't, and I hope. I know that eventually, and this may happen before then, but eventually the Costa Firenze is going to come over to the West Coast, and everybody. It's all speculation, right? What is that? That ship is a Vista class ship, and we know the Panorama is a Vista class ship. Are they going to keep both? John Hill says yes, but listen, we know that he can only tell us what he's allowed to tell us. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. What would be cool is if they had the Miracle maybe go down to San Diego and do that northern trip, and then keep the Radiance doing the southern, and then maybe have the Panorama or the Firenze go deeper south. I'm curious. I don't know that they're going to keep all the ships here. I would love that. I would love them to have a ship in San Diego. So it'll be interesting to see. But they don't right now. I think Royal Caribbean used to, because I think my parents did that one before. But unfortunately, they don't. And I would love to do it if Carnival ends up doing one here soon. I hope to sail the Miracle after the Radiance. I'll be on the ship on the 18th. I'll wait and see if TB has any questions. If not, I'll probably wrap up here in a little bit. So anyway, let me just go back to the wrap-up I was doing earlier again. So if you're not part of the Facebook group, again, that's the best place to ask the questions. I do these pop-up lives when I have time. I'll do one when I get back from the Radiance. I usually always, after a cruise, we'll do a wrap-up show and answer questions and things like that. Talk about the most recent experiences, again, as things are constantly evolving and changing. And I'll also, again, answer some questions. So I tried to do it from the ship one time. I did, but the internet was so bad. And when watching it on the replay, even though you could hear me, the audio was fine. The video was terrible. And I won't do it from the ship anymore. So what I'll do is when I come back, I'll do a wrap-up show and answer some questions. So that cruise is November 11th, 12th, 13th. We come back the 14th. So probably that following Sunday, most likely, is when I'll do it. So you're very welcome. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Again, those documents, I mentioned a few of them. Let me just my screen share. Okay, cool. So you'll see here, where's the, hang on a second. That was the question I brought up. Okay, so here's inside the Carnival Radiance and Long Beach Cruisers group under files. You'll find these. They're also under featured, and there's a bunch of other stuff under featured as well, but under files. And I'll just kind of wrap up with this. You'll see all these documents I was talking about. So as I update them, I'll update them and then put them in the file section, and then I'll pin the latest one into the featured section, so you'll see it. But I also have all the different roll call groups that I've been maintaining, and then of course all the different documents in here as well. I'll post any videos and that type of thing. So it's a good place to get all this information. I understand. Listen, guys, I'm going to be perfectly frank. I know that there's other Radiance groups out there. I used to be an admin in one of them. Just decided I didn't want to be an admin in that group anymore. I'm still in there. I'm not heavily involved in there. I'm in there just to be in there at this point. But and I get it. I think it's good to probably be in all of them. But you'll see there's a big difference in each of the groups. One of the groups was an old Victory Carnival Victory group, and that's the one that's the largest. I don't get it. I'm not gonna, they're the largest one. But it used to be a Carnival Victory group, and they changed the Radiance. I don't think any of those people even cruised on the Radiance before, the admins and stuff in there. But hey, it is what it is. And so again, I cruise on it monthly. I'm here to share information. And one thing I will not allow, and that was one of the reasons I'm kind of decided to distance myself from the one that I was in. Again, I'm not here to badmouth any stuff, but there's some people in there that are just very, very terrible. And you'll see it in other Facebook groups, how rude and I just don't like that. And I will not deal with it. I don't care. There's no room for it in this Facebook group. So if you're tired of seeing that in the other Facebook groups, feel free to come over and join this one. I guarantee you that if there's any of that stuff, some of the rude comments that are made by these people are happening, it won't happen for very long. So anyway, I'll end it with that. Let me just check and see what we have here. Thank you. Sorry I'm late. I'm wanting to look into cruising from California. Hey, Jamie Wilhite. To take a look. There's definitely a lot of cruises going out of Long Beach between the Panorama, the Radiance, and the Miracle. Hey, Sonia, welcome in. I have to go. Have a nice rest of your night. You too. Appreciate you being here. I love the vid you did at the massage place in Ensenada. We'll be booking a couples massage with them. Thanks to you. Well, yeah, and let me just say real quick, if you watched the video I mentioned in there, so that was another thing. Again, the owner was very happy, saying, "Hey, listen, I really appreciate a lot of people coming to me because of your videos. I'd like to, offer you something, this and that. What do you want?" I said, "You know what I'd like? I'd like for you to do something for the viewers, right?" And so he's offering 10 minutes extra of a massage. So if you do a 60-minute massage, he'll add another 10 minutes to that massage as just as a thank you to you guys, the viewers. So my gift to you guys, there you go. So just let him know that the Beach Life, referred you, told you about it, and he will gladly do that for you. So make sure to do that. And with that, guys, I appreciate every one of you. Again, for those of you that have been supporting me for a long time, I really appreciate you as we continue to evolve. We're doing it together as a community and as a family. So with that, happy Sunday and good evening. We'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye now.